for the introduction.
User was moved to your
God,
channel.
he actually pulled me out right in the introductions. Sorry, everyone. Let's do that once again. Sorry for that. That happens. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all ready because this is the SC2, GO4SC2, sorry for that, casted here by Poison Heart. And here with me is Gentle Giant, also being the observer. So good at multitasking. Gentle, would you like to introduce the player to the bottom left here for me?
Alright, I'd love to. In the bottom left side, we have our green Zerg player, and he goes by the name of Alister.
And as his opponent here, spawning top right of Neoplanet S, it's his opponent coming from the UK Pro League. It is Ourk as the blue Terran.
Absolutely right, and thank you, Dobby, actually helping us out here to find our next game, and therefore we can just go right into this. And of course, Ourk will be opening here with a non-gas, so might be going for a pretty early command center.
Yeah, that might be the case here. Something that's really confused me though. Ourk is Zerg, the real Ourk at least. So I'm confused right now because I would assume this is the same one because you know how many Grandmasters do you have named Ourk, right, on European servers?
Yeah, actually, I could explain this. Ourk is actually, in fact, a random player, and
Really?
yes, and he is on some tournaments he is deciding, okay, I just go Zerg, and on tournaments such as these, he decides to go for Terran. So really
wow.
exciting to see Ourk now playing Terran against Alister. Maybe he does not like some matchups and therefore goes for Terran and other races he likes to go for.
Yeah, absolutely here. And we do see Alister go for the hatch first into gas before pool. This is interesting because gas before pool, it means that if he's going for something like, you know, proxy barracks, if he's going for bunker pressure, you know, your spawning pool will be so delayed. But that means that he'll get the gas really early. As soon as the pool finishes, he will be ready for that speed. So, you know, Reapers, Hellions, gonna be such an easy time dealing with. And we do see a command center first, just as you said. And Ourk right now hasn't even got his gas yet.
Exactly right. Ourk didn't get his gases whatsoever. Really keen on seeing what is actually going for. A little supply bug there as well. Wonder if he wanted to go for another command center, but no, he will decide now to go for the double gas. Maybe the reaction to see that very early gas here from his opponent, and therefore he needs to prepare and set up his defenses.
And what is this? Alister is actually keep mining gas, and we're gonna see what his follow-up is, because I mean he's getting still getting drones, he's getting speed, but there we go. Bane Nest already. I think he can maybe go for bust here.
Absolutely right. He is going for the bus, as it seems stopped his drone production for now at least. And Ourk, will he be prepared? Alister is scouting the wall off. He sees the bunker, and yeah, he needs to be in time to make this Bane bust possible.
Yeah, and Ourk right now, he's getting the double gas here. He's getting the factory. It looks like he really wants to get. It really looks like he wants to get some more tech units out, but right now the best thing he can be doing is actually getting more bunkers, getting more units out, and instead he's getting that reactor. Everything Ourk is doing is exactly what Alister wants him to do. So all these links moving out, speed soon to be done. Bane Nest is already done. We have 20 links on the map, actually so many more being produced right now, and I think this could be really hard for Ourk to actually hold.
Speed is about done. He is running it through the map and really wants to end it game right here, right now. 200 gas he has installed to actually morph in so many of these banings, and Ourk didn't finish his wall off, and therefore
no
all the
banelings
Zerglings actually get
actually.
the bunker.
No, and no banelings, and look at that. Just to say, he's actually attacking the bunker, and he might actually get it.
Oh, it's gonna be so close. The mule and the SCV is trying to repair it as much as possible. A lot of Zerglings actually being fallen, but in the end he will be cleaning this off.
Yeah, but at what cost though? The only 2 Hellions out, but the Hellions are actually hard countering the Zerglings so hard. And here we go, the Zerglings actually moving in now, but with that with a supply depot, he can't actually do any damage to that. And what is Alister going to do? He actually didn't make any banelings, so he can't really attack into those Hellions. So right now he needs to make banelings, he needs to bust once again. He's actually attacking the supply depots to make sure that he can't really be attacked. And what is Ourk doing? He's getting the Banshee soon.
Oh, and he is trying to wall off here with his barracks, but Alister is again going into the natural base, and he's revealing all these banelings from coming up. And not 12 banelings here in the count.
Yeah, 12 banelings, that's gonna be so much, but the Hellions are here. They're gonna try to put on some pressure, but the banelings have finished. They're gonna move in, but how well can these Hellions kite? That's the question. The banelings are moving in. Will they make it to the middle line? That's the question. The banelings are still moving in, but great hits from the Hellions though. The banelings though, getting close.
Oh, they're gonna hit here on the SCVs, but only one baning, so therefore Ourk did defend for the moment. And actually, Alister is still producing so many of these Zerglings, but he didn't kill that many workers. He killed 9, this is a decent number, but he's committing to this attack. And you're gonna follow this up with a Roach one, but will it be actually enough here, enough resources to establish this?
He didn't. I'm not sure actually. The thing is that he can't actually move into the macro game from this. If he actually moves into the macro game, he's just gonna lose straight out. He needs to make banings and go for the bust. But the problem, Banshees are out. Banshees aren't great against Lynx, but they're great against Roaches. And we do see a Roach one from Alister, a really Korean kind of type of play here. And right now he's actually moving back with all his Lynx, and this is a mistake I feel. He can't really do anything with them. He needs to put on some pressure. He needs to get those banings out. He needs to bust this before Alister gets rid of mines or more Hellions.
Absolutely right. He's gonna lose so many of these Zerglings with the cloak. He is doing massive amount of damage, already killing 5 of these workers. He has Spore Crawlers in position, but still, he puts himself in a committing position, so Alister needs to do something, but Ourk, he's prepared. He has more road Hellions on the way, more mines now being set up, and he's more than confident to defend this.
Absolutely, look at the supplies here, Ourk being so far ahead. If we look at the units as well, we do see that he's actually 22 workers ahead. He's so far ahead in just every aspect of the game, and right now, Alister can't even bust here. I see this as a grim end for Alister's GO4SC2 Cup series, really.
Absolutely, Ourk will be following this up with a massive amount of factories right here, and also being a little bit more defensive, but he can move out with his Banshees. No anti-air whatsoever, only in the defenses, and Alister cannot afford to build any Mutalisk, any Hydralisk also on, and he is just trying to drone as much as possible to come back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. He's trying drone behind this, but look still at the worker supply here. We have 15 more workers for Ourk. I mean, it doesn't look that good for Alister at all. It's looking really grim for him. And the thing is that Ourk could actually just push out with these Hellions and just massacre his opponents without any real resistance. Right now we do see a lot incoming, but what do we see? We see 3 Banshees on the way, all with cloak ready and a ton of energy.
Absolutely right, Alister in a really rough spot. What can he actually do to come back into this game? He needs some fantastic baning hits, maybe onto the Hellions, maybe with some infestors also on. But as we're seeing so much production here already from Ourk, I think there's only Mutalisk here just to counter this directly without any anti-air.
Yeah, I think that the only way really that Alister can get back into this game is that if he goes for his 2 base here, gets more gas and go for Mutalisk right away, and just hope and pray that his opponent doesn't get an armory, doesn't get Thors. But we do see 3 factories with tech labs. I mean, Thors is something that has to come out, I feel, from Ourk. But if Ourk actually does a mistake here, doesn't get those Thors, have a bad placement on the Widow Mines, like we don't see any turrets. So I mean, without the Thors, I mean, the Mutalisk can do so much damage, but he's actually going Hydras.
He is going Hydras indeed. He goes Roach Hydra onto bases without having too much income here at the moment, and therefore Banshees will be going now into the main base and trying to do as much damage as possible. Might be sniping this main base here. If this is gonna fall, there's nothing to come back here, and Ourk doing a great job here. keeping his Banshees in place, doesn't want to lose one of them, but this is more than decided, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like a slow death from Alister. Like, he's actually catching up a bit in the supply, but look at that. Just cloaking, killing off queen after queen. Everything's just dying really for Alister, and the La will probably go down. It looks like, here we go, 5th Banshee on the way. Everyone has cloak. The La will go down, and Ourk really in a great position here against Alister, who's only on 1 base. And he is going in with Surgeons against Mines, against Hellions. It's walled off. And there's, I think there's 6 siege tanks and a Thor. You won't be touching this with anything less than 200 armor.
My goodness, Ourk does have so much stuff here, and I think Alister doesn't even know about the max stall coming up from Ourk, and therefore he has nothing really to deal against this. And yeah, I think, yeah, even Ourk can go straight up against these Hydras. Alister is still trying as much as possible, but Ourk is more than confident.
Yeah, and Ourk being so annoying. He actually targeting down the last hatcher, but here we go. Some Hydras coming out from Alister, you know, doing some nice damage, but still, 3 Banshees here starting to pick on this hatchery, and there we go. GG from Alister, good game Ourk, and Ourk is moving on in the brackets.